Hello, hi, I'm back. I'm recording a video again, so we're actually gonna make more videos now, so let's get straight into it. So we'll just start by looking straight at the Florida nation. And they're going to try to expand their borders a bit more. It's a very, very, very simple matter. I mean, we don't got much better to do. They're very strong. As you know, they're the strongest country on the strongest country right now. So no one's really going to do much about them expanding, other than internal factions. But this country is very much unified on expansion. It's very much an expansionist society. So of course their control over the Mediterranean is fantastic. Great control. What they do really want is they really want to know what's further north, which is why they decide the best way to expand like that is to claim more territory, such as Michigan, I believe it is Michigan. So they investigate and they claim Michigan. There's a bit more of that. With plans to, from that, use that as a base for further northern expansion. Now we're going to head down to South America. We're just going to go and have a quick look at this little country down here. They're very isolated. They don't really get a lot. They don't really trade a lot. Well, no one really trades a lot right now. We're not quite there yet. But they don't really involve themselves a lot with other countries. But they are going to try to consolidate their hold on the south. So they're going to explore quite a bit. They think exploring up to there is good enough. They will then claim some of it, especially along the coastline where they have the easiest access. And soon enough, they are a very large country in the south, very stable as well. And nobody lives in a lot of these lands. It's very empty right now. They're currently working on that. This little pink country here has a very similar idea of its plans. But due to obviously much more restraints, it cannot do quite much. But it will do a bit. So it will claim and expand itself a little bit. These countries are content with how they are. They do not plan to expand at all. The red Brazilian colony, however, is very, very keen on a bit of expansion. Oh, they're also ordered to by the mainland, so that's always a pretty big incentive for an expansion. And it is rapid. This is a lot of rapid expansion, as this could cause instability, which could have repercussions later. But for now, the red Brazilian colony is getting stronger. Now, a country from this, a group of people from this country, right? They want expansion, but of course their home country doesn't, so they decide to head around. They look at the island, decide it's not quite for them. They continue moving. They eventually reach this island here. And they think, what's a nice place to live? I think we want to live here. So they explore a bit more of the surrounding area, and they decide that this island is going to become the founding area of their new nation. That's good colour. So they will create themselves and claim this island. Very simply, in terms of their capital, they're just going to put it on the island. Like, that's their capital, that's them, that's the country. They exist. These three countries are very much invested in, not in expansion, but in exploration and discovering what their continent has to hold. So they launch some joint expeditions into the continent, and very, very quickly explore more of the land. They're currently trudging through the rainforests. They explore more. Hearing of this, the Brown Nation used to continue their control of the northern expansion, northern exploration, so they quickly expand, explore as much as they can, including around Michigan, and just extend the known world, including head a bit up before it gets a bit cold, and they're like, no further. Don't really think that's a great idea. But now that nation is becoming a lot more known about. The Brown Nation decides it's time for it to expand a bit more, because their eventual plan is to launch a military operation to subjugate that northern nation. So the current goal is to expand as far north as they can in order to secure that. That is the resulting border. So now they are controlling like all the Great Lakes, how those are. Just to generally expand a bit. Consolidating power of North America is good. Now this little blue country. It controls Hawaii. It decides it wants some more land. So it goes north. Bit upwards. But it's people that they sent to up there. Some of them said they do not want to be part of that nation anymore. They decide they want to do their own thing. As it's about here-ish, a new nation gets founded along the borders, and that's when they realise we now border another country. They decide where their capital will be, and that's a new nation. That's a new nation. That's a thing. Now, looking back at South America, I think, well, no, not so. We're going to continue exploration a bit more. They're very, very keen on exploring South America. They even reach out to the southern nation. They join for a bit of expansion. Even joint effort with the Pinks they meet up, but now the entire coast of South America is widely known about. Only some of these bits are explored down here. The Chilean mountains are explored somehow. Now just a lot of the Amazon rainforest and Monday Brazil, and just rainforest in general. It's now what needs to be discovered. I'm not quite ready for that yet. What they do decide to do though is build a trade route. So let's have a look at another map. This is the currency map. The Blue Nation and all that, I haven't updated it quite yet, but these countries all have currencies. The Blue Nation, they share a currency, they have their own currency. These guys share a currency, the red currency is its own. And these three want to build a trade route between their capitals. So we have a trade route layer. They all agree that they want to create a trade route. These two countries are the ones that decide that they want to begin it. The trade route first goes between these two capitals, and then from that capital, it travels along here. From there, they decide to expand it there, and then they meet up in the middle, and expand up through Panama. I think I made that a bit too big until they reach that capital. Okay, so now I've done the trade route. That is what the trade route will look like. And now these countries are officially doing trade with each other. I mean, these countries are now trading. Now, I mean, they were trading, but they're now trading a lot easier. And that is the first trade route officially to be founded. So now we're going to have another quick. Now we're going back to the other two countries. This nation here, expansion time. A bit more along the coast. But like the blue team, something happens though. A group of people that would rather be independent just decide they're going to go in and be independent now. And so in this little bit of peninsula down there, they found themselves a nation. And, well, that's a nation now. The Red Brazilian colony is now also ordered to expand rapidly. They want to do some exploration into the Amazon. They discover that there are some valuable resources in the Amazon. They launch a program to quickly, swiftly, and decisively control the Amazon. They surround that country there, right the way down, along there, up there. Now it's very strong for a colony. Very, very strong for what is a colony. So, the red team basically grants it kind of higher status, gives it its own regional government, a bit like a dominion, but not quite as powerful as a dominion. But it is now gaining a lot of power. It also needs a bit of independence in it. Now this southern Argentinian country decides to expand a bit and goes up to about there. The pink country decides this is time they should do the same thing. And this new, also pink country decided it should do the same thing. And so that is the current state of the world. And now it's time for a pretty big discovery. This nation here, they're going about to do something. So from Hawaii, they want to know if they can then trade from Hawaii to, say, those guys down there, because they want to distance from the brown nation we're right now in a petition to. So select the next nation from Hawaii and go around. Continue going. And I think maybe it's quite far, isn't it? Continue going until they land in Taiwan. And they think this is somewhere, in America. It very much is not. This is an entirely different situation. They explore the area, so they explore the entire thing and realise this is an island, this is undiscovered, nobody else knows about this. They will decide that they're going to just, believing that obviously it's unclaimed, how to set up a little colony. Just a little colony. Well, the entire island they colonise, claim for themselves. And now that's their colony. That is relatively self-sufficient, using the resources on the island. They supply it a bit, but not they don't have to do that often, so now that colony for now is going to be able to stand. That colony is going to be able to survive. And let's have a look at North America. So now, the brown nation, but they do not share the discovery. The brown nation decides it's time for a bit more northern expansion. The light blues follow suit, and so does this new purpley country. And now it's gone as far as cutting them off from cutting off the blue nation from future expansion. The blue nation is not happy about that. The blue nation believes that that is not how things should be. The blue nation declares war. So, the blue government sends a message to them, demanding that they give these 3 provinces to the blue country, otherwise war will be declared. They refuse, believing it to be a bluff. It, of course, was not. Blue troops pour into the pink country and quickly take some borderlands. They were not expecting this, they were believing it to a bluff, so didn't mobilise as much as they should have, allowing very quick occupation. At this point, they send a message and request a surrender. They do not, and they begin to put up a fight. The defences hold for a while along there, but pushes continue to be made along here until they've met more defences. The war was not going well, and then a breakthrough occurred here, quickly cutting off these troops here, and they were encircled and either captured or defeated. With the majority of the army here gone, it did not take long for the blue team to march into the capital, where they were met with great resistance. In the meantime, they were able to occupy the north of the country, leaving the capital encircled. They closed in on all sides, yet the capital still held out. And then finally the capital was taken and they were forced into a surrender. Let's have a look at what the peace treaty looks like. So with that, the war is over. This is what the peace treaty looks like. Those 3 provinces were taken, as well as that one as compensation for the losses in the war. And also reparations are placed on that country, so they have to, and now that country is economically crippled. And now, well, things are looking relatively fine now at this point. A war just happened. But these 3 are very strong allies, especially in trades. There's a lot of tensions down there, but they haven't escalated further. But this country believes they should have a general over there. This country believes that is in their sphere of influence, so that could escalate in the future. And of course, the Red Colony with genuine and expanding calls for independence, and they are that bit heavy right now. They will definitely be growing. And this empire, the Florida Empire, is facing a lot of instability. But I think that should definitely end things as they are. I just want to say, I'm currently doing a subscriber race for some reason with my friend. I've put a link to a channel in the description if you're interested in having a look at it. But subscribe. Maybe you should subscribe to me instead. If you're still watching the video at this point, you probably should subscribe, because you know you've got to the end of it. What's the point of not subscribing if you were that invested in my content for this long? You know, it's the only obvious answer. Lol. You know, it's the only obvious answer. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Also, sorry for not uploading for a while. Bye.